Look for long-term value. A lot of people start businesses in the hopes of one day making it big and selling that business for a lot of money. I don't think these people are really true business people because they're actually just there to make a quick buck. Maybe it'll take them 3 years, maybe it'll take them 5 years, but their entire goal is to cash out as soon as possible. And in my opinion, that's not the type of business person who will really create a long term, thriving business, make a lot of money, create a really well known brand and reputation and all that stuff. And occasionally there are people who they end up doing it. They cash out and they're successful. But for them, for that business, it's just the whole thing is put into the wrong perspective, and the business will suffer on some level because of that. And I think the final big thing that I learned from WeWork, and just as a disclaimer, there's probably like 50 other things. So I highly suggest you actually read the book. A summary does not do it justice. But the biggest thing would be the fact that there are a ton of myths about business that are far from true. And a lot of these I had many years ago, and I was so sure of myself at times. And this man really just breaks them apart. And I think that is huge because uh, I feel like a lot of people come into this and they have no experience or whatever, and they're so sure of themselves and they do nothing but give advice. And I think this is a huge problem because when you are, young, or you haven't made a lot of money, or maybe you've made like a small amount, who are you to go out there and, say all this stuff? But I see it all the time. So this man really breaks apart a ton of myths about business on, oh, this is what people think you have to do, but this is what you have to do. And that is very important to, it's important to seek out people who have the experience, the reputation, and the numbers to prove it, and just figure out the truth to it. For instance, one thing he says is, stop hiring unnecessary people. I find this to be a huge problem as well. And all of these things kind of work together as a screen, and as just like I would like to call myself a bit of a investor for fun, not in the fact I would ever invest in stuff, but an investor is pretty much who does this a lot. They screen businesses. They see, do these businesses have the characteristic of something that will succeed one day? And that's pretty much what Warren Buffett does all the time. And that's why he purchases great companies like Coca-Cola and so forth. And what I'm seeing, I think maybe it's just the fact that like times are good, and so people are just going crazy again. But apparently, I see it a lot where people are, they're hiring unnecessary employees, spending all this money frivolously on useless stuff, like you know extra large cushiony couches and furniture. Like, sure, add to the ambience of it, and sure, some of that stuff will help the employees. Like, if you look at Google, they're giving their employees free massages and, you know, gourmet meals. And it goes back to helping the customer. But there's a certain point, and I think Jason Fried talks about this a decent amount, and Warren Buffett and a bunch of other businessmen talk about this as well. There comes a point where it's just too much. How do you expect to succeed or compete when you're spending so frivolously? That should not be done for a business. You want to spend on efficient stuff. If you want to spend on frivolous stuff, you can do that with your own money, not the business's money. And that's why some new upstart one day will take you over or beat you or, destroy you one day because you're too lackadaisical with your spending. And it infuriates me among many things when I see this stuff. But it happens. Like, I see it. Like, there's these people who think they're such hotshots because they've made $1 million or whatever, and you know, okay, they're just spending on ridiculous stuff. So that's all I gotta say, and I highly suggest you check out the book. I will leave a link in the description if you want to check out the book on Amazon and buy it. And I will see you in my next video.